Hello everyone, I hope you're having a beautiful day today. So this is a love reading and I've decided to make them timeless because I went back and I watched some of my older videos and they all came true in my life and also in other people's life around me for various signs, and it took about 2 months for them to come true, excuse me. So I'm just doing these timeless now because they may not have completely resonated at that time, and then like if you watch them now, they will, you know what I mean? So whenever you find this, that's when you're supposed to see it. Okay, so I went ahead and I pulled out all the cards, and I have Pisces sitting here first, so I'm going to start with Pisces. So okay, Pisces, you're really going through it, which is interesting because I actually had seen a couple of like breakdowns from astrologers for each sign at the beginning of the year, and Pisces would is basically going to be going through a lot of spiritual transformation this year, and I feel like that has come out in the past three readings that I've done for you. So okay. How you're starting your reading is the Five of Pentacles. Now, you could be dealing with some financial struggles right now. But you also got a card of separation. So I really do feel like this has to do with feeling abandoned, feeling left out in the cold, feeling misunderstood, like somebody just not hearing you out. You also have the Four of Pentacles here. So I'm feeling like, you could really be struggling to let go of this situation. You could also be pinching your pennies right now because you're afraid of financial insecurity. So I will throw that out there. But I'm not seeing a lot of finances in this reading. It seems to be strictly love. Okay. So this is in regards to a commitment, okay, that you had. And let me just go ahead and say that you have the Emperor and the Empress, and you also have a card of commitment, and you have the card of soulmate. So even if you don't believe in soulmates, okay, because not everybody does, and that's totally fine. Whenever I see a soulmate card, this can be in terms of a person, a relationship, or just a person that you love or have feelings for. That it's a very deep connection, and it's a connection where you learn a lot. You learn a lot about yourself, you learn a lot about life, you learn a lot about relationships, and you evolve through this process, and so this is the energy that you guys are coming out as. So this can be a divine partnership, but this can additionally mean that like you guys have really stepped into some pretty high vibrational energy in your life as a result of this connection. So I do want to say that. Now, I'm also seeing here that I clarified the Emperor and the Empress. You got the Strength card. So, I do feel like there was a lot of struggles that needed to be worked through, in which you both found your personal strength. So as far as what happens here, it seems like there was a really amazing connection, insane chemistry. You both liked each other equally, just really amazing connection. But something happened, okay? And the only cards here that are giving any sort of indication of what that is the Knight of Wands and the Octopus and the Moon card. So the Knight of Wands is inconsistent. Okay, this can be about having a good time, being, having a fun time, but also can be inconsistent and non-committal and just does not follow through, which can create a lot of problems in a relationship, especially one that has this really divine connection, this really deep connection. If there's just a lack of consistency, it creates a lot of trust problems or trust issues, right? And then that's when this Moon card comes in, and the Moon card is like secrets and deception, and it's things coming to the surface from your subconscious, and I feel like during this time that has happened for you. I feel like you've really started to see, it doesn't look like it's a sudden realization. It's like over time, it's really started to become apparent to you what the problem was. Okay, so the octopus, this is about a lack of boundaries. This is also about having too many directions and not knowing which way to go, needing to really listen to your intuition and, you know, kind of settle on a choice. Okay, and it just seems like there was just too many directions to go into, and so there was a lack of focus on this connection. And it really left one or both people ended up feeling this Five of Pentacles, which this is feeling left out in the cold, you know. I'm seeing it though that somebody, to me, because of the fact there's no cards of actually walking away here, to me, I'm seeing this as both people. Both people felt like this, like abandonment wounds got triggered through this connection, and just feeling abandoned. So you could really feel abandoned by this person through this separation, and it just seems like you haven't fully given up on this person, like you haven't fully let go of this connection, but you with these two cards, it's like, you know, that there's stuff that needs to be worked through. These three cards, there's stuff that needs to be worked through. Okay, so you have unfamiliar territory. So with this card, look, there's a fish, right? And Pisces is a fish, or two fishes, but anyway, look how this river seems to be calm and serene, you know, and it's kind of like this fish out of water tells me that, you know, here's your emotional state and you're up here, you know, like it seems like you've really struggled to be down here. You've really struggled to deal with your emotions. So you're over here escaping, you're escaping them, and looking for ways to get away. And that's the other thing. I want to bring up this Emperor card. The Emperor, you know, he can be very strategic and, you know, has a lot of focus. But additionally, because of the fact there seems to be a lack of focus, this Emperor could have focused too much in one area and not enough on this. Okay, and I do want to say that. And also, the Emperor can also build like a protective barrier sometimes. Prideful and arrogant, okay? And so I'm really seeing that, like with this fish out of water, it's like you really struggled to deal with your emotions, and this is not rough water, you know, it just seems to be water that's just moving, you know. And for a Pisces to not be in the water, there's some sort of divide here, you know, that's like keeping you from being able to truly embrace this, to embrace your feelings. I really do feel like it has to do with fear, but I do feel like there's more to the story. Okay. You lacked boundaries. And when you lack boundaries, that's because you don't really know yourself. You don't really know what you need. You don't know what you want. You don't actually know how to set the boundaries, and you don't know how to set them gracefully, okay? And so if you do set a boundary, it's a hardcore boundary, leave me alone, you know, and close the door, and the other person's like, well, I don't understand what's going on, what happened, right? And then maybe they close the door and they're like, you know, I'm done for good. And, you know, it can be a pretty rough situation when you don't fully know your boundaries. So you have the Garden card and you have Love card. So I really do feel like what has happened in this situation, because of all that seems to be like internal chaos, okay? You've had to take the time to go focus on the garden of your life, okay? And, you know, think about a garden, like if you have a garden, right? If you do, I do, but okay. So you have your little sprouts, right? And you just get so excited and you love them, right? Through that process. And then, you know, they get bigger and you love them, you know, and you tend to their needs, and say, you know, there are insects, or there are, you know, there seems to be something up with my plant, I don't understand. And you look it up and you nurture your plant through that process, right? You're needing to do that in your life. Through every stage of your life, you are needing to show up and nurture yourself. So this is all about self-love. See, that's love, right? And in order for you to fully embrace this connection, it seems as though you needed to take that time to blossom and grow and tend to yourself, because it just seems as though you were not really doing that. And it seems as though like you knew that you needed to. You just did not know how to express that. So with this Knight of Wands here, this can create complete chaos in this kind of connection, okay? And, you know, take what resonates, whichever one you feel like you are, whether you're the Emperor or the Empress. But the Emperor, you know, when he is not in alignment, you know, he is walled up, okay? An Empress, when she's not in alignment, she's not focused on herself. You know, she focuses more on the connection or more on things outside of herself, you know? So both of those energies could be true for you. But this Knight of Wands energy creates chaos. It just really does whenever you're dealing with a commitment, and there was a commitment, okay? So there was a need to be committal. There was a need to say, you know, this is what I want and follow through. Or, you know, this is what I'm going to do and follow through, you know. And there was just that just wasn't happening, okay? So anyway, your advice. Oh, and I wanted to also say that, like, there was a time, I missed this card, that you felt like this connection was, the stars had aligned for this person, and for you and this person. And, you know, I feel like you have been really, really wishing for there to be some resolution, but it just seems as though you don't really have a course of action yet. Like, you don't have a plan yet. Your only plan so far has been to, like, take some time and love yourself, which is great, which is really great. I mean, it is, but I do feel like you're struggling to let this go. Okay, so your advice cards are the Chariot, and the Chariot is about like being self-assured and, you know, really knowing what you want and being in alignment and being guided, okay, being guided forward. Usually there is, you know, there are two horses and a carriage, right? And so it's like the person in the carriage is just being pulled there, you know. And so here this person has these, I guess these reins here. I think is that what they're called? Anyway, and the horses are pulling the person forward, but additionally, it seems as though their essence is pulling them forward. You know, and it's like you seem to know the direction that you want to go in. It's like you just haven't really tapped into that yet. So here's this Queen of Wands energy, and this is also part of your advice. Now, it could be too a Queen of Wands. I will tell you, like, this person, you're just, you know, they just, they're so attractive to you, right? But additionally, this can be about you stepping into your power, you know, and you realizing that, you know, that you're strong and you're courageous, and, you know, stepping out into your bravery like this, you know, really harnessing that, you know, and allowing it to guide you forward. Okay, you have this Four of Wands in the Fool card. I really do feel like that you're wanting to start over. I mean, the way that I'm seeing this is like just there's so much energy that's really matching in these two cards, and it's like this person, look, this person is just running. So you have this. Here's your energy. Okay, you see how this person is just, how there's this guiding light and this person just running to this, okay? It's like I really feel like you know what you want. It's just a matter of you needing to set out, you know, your plan, what course of action you want to take, you know, muster up the courage, and really just go for it. You know what I mean? That seems to be all that I have for you. Oh, additionally, I do want to add one more message though, because this love card doesn't have to just be about self-love, because of the fact that there's this passion card. So it seems as though, like, if you could just allow yourself to be guided, you have a really great potential of, you know, renewing this connection. And now it won't be like that for everybody. You know, for some people, it'll just be a matter of, you know, reaching an understanding and healing. Okay. But, you know, there are people that are really wanting for there to be a renewal. Okay. So I'm going to throw that out there. So, okay, I'm going to do Cancer next.